This is Python Poker, and today I'm going to play some poker and go through my thought process. For context, I'm starting a challenge where I put in $50 on Club WPT Gold, and I'm going to see if I can get, I guess the first step is to $100, and then ultimately to millions of dollars. So with this, I'm just going to go through my thought process as I go through the hand. So please comment your thoughts on if I played a hand incorrectly. Let me know. I'm just trying to get better with my process. But let's play a couple hands. So we're going to do a $10 buy-in. So my balance, as you can see, is $74.27. So last night I put $50 in there, and now I got up a little over 2 buy-ins. I know that's really, I only played 100 hands last night, so I don't expect to have that kind of success in the future, but that is how the game works sometimes. And there could be a session like today where I lose 3 buy-ins, and it could be variance. I could have aces and get cracked, that kind of thing. I hate the word cracked, but that's how it works. So let's see if we can get some interesting hands in here. And as you can see, I have my YouTube channel here, Python Poker, on display for the folks. So if any of these wonderful people want to learn my tactics and strategies, go for it. I probably should have picked a different table. Judging by all these stacks, they look like they are strong players. But I guess we'll see how it goes. And I'm not used to having this ante in the game. So that's why I clicked fold, and it said, why would you fold? You can just check. So I'll have to get used to that. Here I have a gut shot. I'm just going to check all the way down. Oh, got a queen here. So maybe someone was playing a king a certain way. I'm not sure if I have enough value to bet. I think a king might have bet. I'm just gonna bluff catch and check. Okay, I don't think, if I would have bet, I don't think anyone would have called anyway. But we'll just take the win there. So given that hand, I think if I bet, probably only better will call. I don't really have the highest queen. Maybe the king queen might be betting. Ace queen for sure would be a bet there. But I think with my poor queen with the bad kicker, checking is fine. Maybe I'll definitely gonna bluff catch a half pot bet or smaller on that point. But a win is a win, as they say. And as I'm going through this, I'm going to be looking at the other hands in the showdowns, just so I can expect how my opponents will be playing. I'm on the mobile version of this app, so I can only play one screen at a time. But when I get back, to my house, I'm going to download the desktop app, so I could do multiple screens at a time. But, for this, it's good for me to kind of go through my thought process, one hand at a time, see the action, get some ideas on how my opponents play, and go from there. So here, this might be not the most interesting. Hopefully we can get some interesting hands here, but I'm just going to play the way I play. The Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger model. Basically, don't be stupid. Play the long game. And let my opponents make the mistakes and me capitalize off their mistakes. For the last X amount of years when I've been playing poker, I've been the one giving my opponents free BBs. So it's time to turn the table and follow that strategy. I'll be talking about that strategy a little bit more in future videos as the game progresses. But simple strategy, I call it the fat pitch algorithm. So in Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's model, they call something the fat pitch, where you don't have to swing at every pitch that's presented to you, but you want to wait for a great one so you can just have an easy swing, fastball right down the center, and you make easy decisions. That's what fast pitches are to me, are easy decisions that I can make based off my heuristics and my gameplay. So here, under the gun raises here, and I have to remember that there's a ante in the game. Actually, don't know if this is a defend or not. Against their... so now it's definitely going to be a fold since we got a bet here from the small blind. So it's going to raise 28 BBs, 4x over the 7 BBs call. Let's see what happens here. One of them has to be on at least ace king, minimum queens here, maybe jacks, all in. Probably has ace king, or it could have a set of aces as well. I'm predicting the guy all in as ace king or aces. The guy definitely led with a bet there and folded, so maybe a check might have been a smarter move on the opponent's side. I'm gonna blur out, and you probably already definitely see the names removed when you're seeing this video on YouTube, but for now I will definitely not include that information in just to respect the privacy of the people playing this game for their usernames. But of course, I will keep mine, Python Poker, on display so people can come to this YouTube channel, and they can see my tactics and my strategies and go from there. So let's just look at my stats here while I'm waiting. So as you can see, I only have 112 hands. VPIP 29%. I estimate 21 to 28% is a good VPIP based off basically just talking to ChatGPT. And my pre-flop raises 13%. So I think the range of 11% to 18% is good for the pre-flop raises. But that's only 100 hands so far. So I know my win rate is not going to be sustainable to be two stacks, for 100 hands, but I'm just going to play consistently. Here, interesting, against this position, I'm on the button. I probably shouldn't call here, so I'm going to, it's probably a nitty fold, but I'm going to fold here. Here on the button. If it was king queen suited, I think I would definitely have an easy call on that, but since I only have basically a straight out as my implied equity there, there's just too much guesswork on there, so I'm just going to fold there. That's my reasoning here. If you would have called, great, tell me why in the comments, but for me, they're not, my hand's not suited. I'm on the button, but if I cold call there, the big blind has a chance to raise over the top, and if he raises over the top, then the first raiser could raise over the top. I just give away BBs for free, and I don't want to do that here. Maybe if I was on the big blind, I might call to complete the action, but given that, I think fold is good for king queen there. So let me know. So fat pitch algorithm, right? Wait for your fat pitches and fold otherwise. So you can't do that all the time. Here I'm gonna definitely be raising this. So I have a call. I'm gonna do a 4x plus the limpers. So I'm running out of time. I'm just gonna do 8 BBs. Let's say I only got to do 7. So let's see what happens here. Cold call, big stack, cold calling here. Call from the pre-flop raiser, fold, and here we go. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to check. And the reason why I checked is, basically I didn't hit the board there. So now I have a double gut shot here. Jack has the nuts. I'm going to call once, given that I probably should have folded. Now, if they both check, I'm going to bet. because I think some of them could be on a diamond draw. He bet pretty big there, so I'm going to fold. And that could have been my first bad hand. I'll have to go back and look at that. But with the double gut shot on the turn, with the jack and the nuts, the straight to the nut, that's the reason why I called there. Plus I had an ace as well, so I had some good implied odds of hitting my hand. I think I'm gonna top up. Just so I can play with a full stack. And I'm thinking back on that one last hand with the ace queen. Given I had the nut straight draw and an ace, I'm eating a sandwich. So if you hear the noise, that's what it is. This is like lunchtime play and review. So hopefully that wrapper wasn't too loud on your ears there, but in retrospect, yeah, folding probably was reasonable, but given the nut straight and the ace over to the king, I think calling one is okay there. But if I hit the straight and they still bet 37 BBs, would I call there? I think I would have to call there, but they could have been on a flush anyway. So maybe that was a misplay. Let me know your thoughts on that one. So my standard is a 2x open, because I heard most people play poorly, do a 2x open. A6 is a good hand here. So here I'm going to check my equity. I have a backdoor flush draw, which is there. Now I'm going to bet my backdoor flush draw. I'm going to do a 75% bet because I have equity to hit, and it comes in. So here's where I think I need to lead here, because if I check back, I think they're going to check back. So I'm going to bet 75%. And if they raise over the top, I'm going to definitely go all in. Maybe I should have, an all in, they probably would have folded, and they folded as well. So at least we got, maybe a check should have been better there. But I was thinking that if I checked back, they would probably check back. So maybe a 50% bet might have been better. 50% pot bet. Or maybe even like a small 10% pot bet to see if they'd raise. But either way, a win is a win. And, it played out the way it should always play out, by hitting a flush on the river, right? But we digress. In case you're wondering, I'm eating a McDonald's double cheeseburger. If you're watching this and eating some type of food, comment what you're eating. And we're washing it down with a wonderful Diet Coke from McDonald's. McDonald's has the best Diet Coke. Prove me wrong. So I'm playing with a larger stack than 100 BBs. When I topped up, it topped me up over. It didn't do like an auto top up, so I got to figure out the settings on this app. But with 8s here, we're going to definitely be raising under the gun. And we will be calling a 3-bet for sure to set mine. As long as the person has more than 10x of their 3-bet. Okay. here I'm going to check, since I'm in the middle here, and then see what my opponents do. I think I can call a half pot size bet here. I can call one bet here, because they could be having ace high here and trying to steal the pot, or they could be having a draw. I think a queen 19 BBs. Interesting. I lose to a 9. I lose to a queen. Part of me thinks this is the bluff, but I don't know. It's aggressive. I'm gonna fold. I lose to a 9 there. I lose to a couple straights. I lose to any queen. I lose to an overpair. I think that is a reasonable fold there. Plus, though their line showed somewhat aggression, it made sense. I think that's a standard fold there. Let me know your thoughts. Would you have called there? And here, small blind versus a early position open is definitely a fold, especially with the collar on the button. So this is where I'm going to be leaning to the fat pitch algorithm, which I haven't really talked about fully besides making easy decisions, but maybe I'll make a video on that explaining my current process on that. But for now, I'm just looking for clear, easy decisions based off my opponent's actions and what I've experienced from those types of actions before, and just to make the best probable decision, the most positive EV decision, that is, so we can have that moving forward. And I know this is a very, very long run game, so any stats that I have from one day, even a week to a month, depending on the number of hands, could mean anything. Anything is possible there on every session. And one hand we could win 100 BBs, right? We could win 300 BBs. So that's why playing the long game and just making the most informed positive EV decision that I can is the way to go. So for here with Jack 10 offsuit, it's definitely going to be a fold there from early position raise. I definitely want to have a suited hand so I can have more implied odds for hitting a strong hand. We can kind of go through here, checks all around. Here with a draw, gut shot draw, multi-way, I probably would check just to realize my equity, especially given multi-way pots. Heads up, I might be more aggressive there on my decisions, but multi-way, I'm just going to play my equity for the most part, unless, my combo wants to have a different point of view with maximizing equity. So this club WPT Gold app, where's an app? The mobile version is pretty clean. Pretty impressed with the settings and how the ease of play. Kind of like it. Of course, this is the minimum game. I would love to play 2NL or a 5NL game, but since this 10NL game is the minimum game that they have, I'm forced to play it, but so is everyone else. So, we'll see how it goes with my initial 5 buy-ins at this game, because, we can all lose 5 buy-ins in a session easily. So we'll see how that goes. But we're just going to play, explain the thought process one hand at a time, and hopefully get better for the next day, not make the same mistakes, and move forward. So some of the errors in my play that I have done in the past is being a calling station just on my draw equity, just the overall general calling station. That's my biggest leak. Especially when my opponents show aggression and re-raise, and I still call with some terrible mid pair or top pair on a flush board or a straight board. That's my thing I need to work on. So I'm just gonna follow the action, follow my opponents, their sizes, their timings, and just get the best decision, and default to folding to reasonable aggression, not necessarily aggression, but re-raises. Typically, my experience has been a calling station, so we'll see how it goes. But so I'll be talking about that. So when I post my stats, you'll see an error rate stat, basically saying that if I commit an error that I know is an existing leak in my game, I'm going to mark the whole session as an error session. So it's going to be a binary metric, so either error or no error. And for example, I don't really have too many errors so far. I mean, I called maybe one time too much, but I didn't do an existing leak like calling a re-raise here. So here, I'm gonna call here. I probably should possibly do a raise here to eke out some of my opponents, but I'm gonna call. I'm not gonna check too fast because I don't want to. I'm gonna check a little bit for timing. It's a monotone board, so if they have any club in their hand, they'll probably bet. I'm gonna call with top pair. Hopefully another club doesn't come off. I'm losing the ace queen. I'm losing to flushes. So if they have a club in their hand, they're gonna continue. They're gonna continue betting with ace queen. I'm going to call. Hopefully the club doesn't hit. The club doesn't hit. I'm gonna continue checking down, and I'm gonna call a bet. Okay. There we go. So that's a situation where I don't know if I would bet there with queen jack. Ace queen is definitely king queen, maybe. Probably king queen is a bet. But given the monotone board, I think calling down there is reasonable based off that. Can't be afraid of monsters in the dark, assuming they have a flush, because I know someone with a club in their hand would bet that. If they had an ace of clubs in their hand, they'll bet that the same way. As long as a club didn't hit the river, I was going to call down, even possibly 75% to pop bet on the end. So I'm still chewing and eating at the same time. Hopefully I'll cut this out. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how many views this video gets. And let me know if the pauses are annoying or you want me to ramble. I'm not sure if you want me to ramble, since my skills, at least my, I'm at the micro stakes still. So I'm getting more feedback and help from people writing comments on how I should improve than me talking through these hands. But I'm not just gonna talk just to talk, but that's just so you might hear some pauses here. Hopefully I'll edit them out, maybe not, but there you go. I need to, as I say that, I'm going to be using some of these tools that they already have preloaded in their system. When you click on a profile, you see their VPIP and their pre-flop raise percentage and their total hands. It makes you make an informed decision, if there possibly could be calling, a little looser, or, that kind of thing. But so I might use that if a play is questionable. I'm deciding to call or fold here on a certain situation. But for the most part, I'm just going to go by combo, their actions, their timings, their bet sizes, the board struct. If this board helps my range versus their range, who has the nut advantage, those kind of heuristics. But if something's very close, like for example, last night I was playing a hand, I looked at the person stats, they're like 70% VPIP over like 1,000 hands, and a large pre-flop. Actually, their pre-flop raise was actually kind of small. So that means they do a lot of cold calling, so they want to play a lot of hands. That's what I thought at that point. And so I only had ace high on the flop, and I called with ace high. I think there was a king on the board, just hoping to get a pair of aces possibly, or just bluffing the pot at the end. But whenever the person's action, they open folded, and I won the hand without anything. So it's going to be interesting to play this type of pool with lots and lots of people coming in at the same time. So we're kind of all in here together learning through it. But long story short, looking at those stats was able to help me make a better informed decision on calling a flop and going from there. All right. So I'm going to aggregate the data on a daily level. So I'm going to do my beginning and ending daily level, and also do a beginning and ending week level for Bankroll, just to do some simple stats, because in the end it really is all your bankroll that matters. If your bankroll goes up or down, it's dependent on how you play, and that's like the highest level of granularity. However, I'm going to make a simplified approach for stats at this point. I'm just mainly going to just be focusing on my decisions and making the best informed decisions, and asking for feedback to not make a mistake again. But so I'll be posting summary stats at the end of this video. Hopefully I'll have it, some tables and some charts, but I only have 2 data points last night, which session was like an hour and a half, a little over 100 hands. And today, this is my first session. I'm just doing a lunch session just to be able to talk through my process, but I don't expect, maybe I played 20 hands so far. I'm not even sure at this point. Maybe 15 hands or so. So not a lot, but I got a couple good hands in here to talk about at least, which is all that matters here. So small blind. I know I'm supposed to call a big amount of my range from the small blind, but I don't like this combo. If it was suited, for sure I would call, but queen 6 doesn't have much implied odds post flop. My queen, is hit or miss. Even if I hit a queen, if they could have all the even queen jacks, king jacks, ace jacks, they're basically uncapped. Another fun thing to do is just look at the action, try to guess players' cards while you're waiting. I've been eating my lunch here, so I haven't really been focusing on the board that much, but when I do play in games, I do focus on the showdowns and how they play, just to take some mental notes. This is not an anonymous pool, so I can see the names of these individuals. So maybe I'll see some names and have them remember something. I don't think I can make notes on the opponents, but I got the button. I'm about to wrap this up, but at least maybe I'll be able to do another orbit before I wrap it up. But at least we got to the button here. Now this is interesting because there's antes here into play. So I might have to reevaluate my 2BB pre-open raise given the antes. I'm going to have to research that. I'm going to decide that what's a good opening size on this type of ante game here. But maybe we'll have an answer on the next video. But these little 15-minute videos are great for me to kind of go through my current thought process on a hand, to see where I can improve and get feedback in the comments here. If anyone has any suggestions on hands I played incorrectly, just let me know. I might ask you some follow-up questions in the comments so we can get on the same page. I know there's 100%. I could definitely go on the solver and figure out the solution, but having a candid talk with another person helps me reinforce those skills rather than just looking at solver output for me. But that's the way we go here. BBs into a pot of 60. At this point, you're repping ace, queen, or kings. So someone is repping a queen. And let's see who has it. Check. Check. And if he bets, definitely repping a queen here with the way the action unfolds. Or an overpair. All in, huh? All in to me means full house set or ace queen. Ace queen would go all in. King queen might call. That's an interesting play on that guy's part. He definitely did show weakness on the check on the turn, and then they bet the river. So that's kind of interesting. So maybe that's what they saw and forced him to go all in with the bluff. But that was a pretty big value bet. So well, at least they're repping a queen. At least a queen. Trips. So it looks like I'm going to see if I can get to the orbit closing here before we wrap it up here. So we had a couple interesting hands. One of which I may have overcalled my straight draw with the nut straight and an over. There's a king on the board, remember, on the flop, and I had an ace, so that might have been an overcall there, but I'm not really calling that an error. That's, and probably the solver, if you put that hand in there, maybe they're calling some of the time, but I don't think that's too much of a bad play. And we did have a good hand where we picked off a couple bets on the monotone flop with our queen. Of course, they're betting a worse queen, and they value own themselves, which we like being on the opposite end of value own town. So that was nice to have in there. So we'll double check and see where we are after this video, where we started and where we ended. But I think we were at like $74.77 if I can recall. We'll see how we are compared to that. But then again, it's just one session, just 15 minutes. So you really take that with a grain of salt, as they say. But at least we got some decent content here. And we got to have an introduction video. This is the first video in the vlog series. So hopefully maybe in a couple years, we'll look back on this and say, hey, that Python Poker, they're currently playing at the Hustler Casino Live now. This is the first video of that journey. And you're here either watching this 2 years in the future or watching this currently, and you're along for the ride. And also these videos, all jokes aside, it's going to be sooner at the Hustler. So that was a joke of being there 2 years. It's going to only be 1 year. But that aside, the point is just having real-time analysis here. And we're going to... Oh, did I make it to the big blind? Crap. Dang it. Here I am yapping. And now I think I have to call here. Oh, he raised. Okay, I'm gonna exit here. I should have paid more attention to where we were at in the game instead of yapping, but we'll go from there another time. So it looks like we were about where we started with the action here. So 74.59, so about the same. No big wins, no big losses in that section, which is fine. BB per 100 is 3 to 5 BBs is average to above average. That's like 3 to 5 BBs, like 50 cents every 100 hands. So as long as you're around there or close by there, we can't be doing too bad. But anyway, thanks for sitting through the video, and give me your thoughts, and we will see you next time.